Welcome to the CyberSangha Podcast. CyberSangha is a program of free live broadcasts, launched in 2009 by renowned teacher and author Tenzin Wangyal Rinpoche. Join us as we draw on ancient Tibetan wisdom to discover how to connect with our best self and live to our highest potential. The following teaching, Embracing Depression, Cultivating Joy, was given by Rinpoche on March 3rd, 2023, as part of a year-long series on embracing life with wisdom and compassion. This content is for informational purposes only. Listeners should consult medical professionals for any physical or mental health concerns. Please use headphones and do not meditate while driving or operating machinery.
Good morning, everybody, all our CyberSangha members, my Facebook friends. So today is very exciting. It's the first day we are beginning our cycle of this year with the full moon practice and whole new cycle of teaching topic. So I'm very, very excited about it. And so I hope that all of you will participate with it as much as possible throughout the year, every beginning of every month, so that you know there's a specific topic that you'll be working with, engaging with, listening to, getting information about, with the conversation with other experts, scientists, people who have gone through these experiences. So it's very, very exciting. I'm very happy to offer this service to all our CyberSangha members. And I wanted to thank all our team behind the CyberSangha. They are people who are really, really working hard every day, and all the translators, coordinators. So there's so many people behind there. I want to thank all of them. So today's particular topic here is embracing depression, cultivating joy. And depression it's a real issue in the modern society, and there's so many problems with it. So many people are having challenges with situations with the depression, and but I wanted to speak a little bit from the perspective of not so much from Western point of view, but more from the teaching point of view, from more like a Dzogchen point of view. What are some of possible ways to look at it and ways to get help from? So of course, sometimes people who are in the severe depression, people who need to consult with a doctor, and definitely I'm not a doctor, so I would, whatever anybody is consulting with a doctor, it's important to continue to do that, whatever medication and everything you do. But here I'm going to talk more from the practice point of view, from our relationship to the depression. So the title is Embracing Depression, Cultivating Joy. So embracing depression, I think it's important, not only depression in Dzogchen teaching, that every emotions that we have, good or bad, or every negative emotions that we have particularly, or what sometimes we call destructive emotions, the emotions which are kind of not good for us to have it and have it for a long time. So one of the things is that it seems like our relationship to these emotions, our relationship to these negative emotions, our relationship to these destructive emotions are not exactly correct. And sometimes we don't have a relationship with them. because we trying to ignore them, suppress them. We trying to ignore them. We trying to run away from them. We trying to label them and trying to create something else story in order to not deal with it. And even to the point where even spirituality and dharma becomes escape to avoid things. So that is the reason why I call embracing it. So that means not, basically one simple point is not running away from it. So let's talk a little bit about what exactly it means. In the, there is a very important text, Xiang Yun Yin Ju, in the Burn tradition. It says, there was many lines, but I will refer to 3 lines. It says, Nyomong Tungatsal, Chun du Tawe Kolsa, Rangsar Lube Tap. So Nyomong Tungatsal means 5 poisons or 5 negative emotions are dynamic energy. So basically what it's saying is these emotions, or even negative emotions, even like destructive emotions, they are, even, of course, now we are calling it destructive emotion, which is not the right thing to label like that, but in some cases, for some people, it is a destructive emotion. So we can say that, but in principle, not to see them something wrong with them. So nyomon tungatsal means they are dynamic energy. That means whatever it looks, whatever it seems, whatever it feels, it does not have to stay as it looks or seems or feels. It can be dramatically transformed completely the moment you have a right relationship to it. So the right relationship to it, right connection to it, embracing it rather than running away from it. So that is, I think, some sense of key here, embracing depression, the idea here. So as I'm speaking, let's contemplate that on that a little bit. And cultivating joy is the moment you acknowledge it, the healing process begins. Moment that you connect with it, the healing process begins. It began to open up. The moment it began to open up, you already feel differences, the shift and change. You begin to feel some sense of more deeper connection to yourself, to hope, and you feel a joy. So when you're able to reconnect with the joy, then that is the moment where you wanted to recognize and stay connected with it. So just feeling it, the joy, a joy of feeling connection to depression, joy of being with it, not running away from it, joy of staying connected with it rather than disconnected with it, joy of seeing it rather than not seeing it, joy of feeling it rather than blockages and not feeling it. So feeling that joy and then gradually allowing the cultivation part. So that is the in a way, like a simple way to look at it. So generally, of course, if you Google it, you can see so many things about it. I've been looking a little bit about all the clinical, physiological part of the depression, psychological part of the depression, social relationship, the depression. So there's so many things you can talk, ways of looking at it. And in the severe cases, medication, therapy, and social support. There are many ways to handling with it. But one, I think it seems like it comes down to the core of one simple word, is the disconnection. I think really, which is true in every negative emotion is true, but in this case, definitely true that lack of connection is what causing depression. So what I mean by lack of connections, for example, let's think about it. What I mean by lack of connection, is lack of, first of all, the most important is a lack of connection to yourself, who you are. So lack of connection to myself, who I am. Just contemplate on that little moment. What does that mean to you, to me, to us? Lack of connection to myself, who I am. Of course, I am not these pain. I am not these feelings of depression. I am not these stories of depression. I am not these stories of depression connected with the society, other people. So I am none of that. So who I am, I don't have enough connection. That is the primary cause of the depression. So then let's look at, that's the main one, primary cause of depression, I think. Then the secondary cause of depression is who I am not. So lack of connection to who I am not. Lack of connection to who I am not, which means my feeling of depression in my body. So body is experiencing this depression, lack of energy, lack of inspiration, feeling weak, feeling too much sleepy, or feeling not sleeping. So all the physical reactions. So not having enough direct and good relationship to our body, lack of connection to this feeling of depression. So whatever you are feeling, there's always this sense of dislike rather than embracing it. There's always a sense of something wrong with it rather than trying to know whatever I'm feeling, trying to acknowledging and experiencing it. I am depressed. I am depressed. I am depressed person. So this in identifying like that rather than experiencing the feeling in your body and in the mind, it's more you are conceptually identifying with that. I'm depressed person. I'm sick person. That identity, which is the pain identity of depression, pain identity related with the depression. So, but there is no real connection to it. So you don't have some sense of deep connection to who you are good enough. Then you identify with these experiences of depression. Then you have a lot of stories about it, feelings about it, physical, mental, emotional, even your speech is affected, mood is affected. So you don't have a good relationship and connection to that who you experiences of who you are not to. So there's two disconnections to start with. So first of all, I think is I know like maybe talking about the depression and talking about this disconnection, it seems like a little bit discouraging, but it's not really discouraging if you're trying to be aware of it. If you're trying to be aware of it, feeling inner strength, feeling inner hope, feeling willing to face it, recognize it, embracing it, whatever I needed to embrace fully, which is who I am, which is harder to embrace fully than trying to embrace who I am not, what I'm experiencing, what I'm identifying with, and what this identity is feeling depression. This identity is feeling depression, and it's affecting my connection to who I am. So first, embracing that pain. So pain, I think that is really, really the key here. And seeing there's nothing, just trying to say nothing wrong with me. This is, I am experiencing it, feeling it. What I needed to do is to go closer, recognize it, embrace it fully. And doing that, I will feel the access to my joy. I will cultivate that. Then trying to feel this deep sense of joy. So now, also, I think when we're talking about the connection, because if you feel the connection to your pain, if you feel the connection to some sense of connection to who you are, then there are other connections related to it. Like we could say connection to your higher self. Okay, I don't know whatever that means to you. Connection to enlightened beings. Every spiritual tradition, you have enlightened beings, you have masters, you have guides, you have um, the one teachers. You somebody you look upward, somebody you seek help to, somebody you look for guidance. Who are these beings? Who are these people? And it's so important to have it. Unfortunately, sometimes very individualistic culture, when we are very focused on ourself and self-value, sometimes we don't have those people. Those beings are not there. Those people are not there. And if even they're there, we don't feel enough strong courage to seek help. So higher consciousness. You see, when I'm talking about depression, for example, when I say, who I am, you see, there's someone saying who I am. It's trying to know it is beyond my pain and my stories and my depression. Who I am? Even asking question, I feel strong. I'm strong enough to ask question who I am. I'm not this pain. I'm not these pain stories. I am not this being who is feeling, identifying with depression. I'm none of them. I'm someone there beyond that. Even that question, ability to ask question, ability to trust there is something to be found, it's good enough to start with. Then we can talk about connection to yourself. Are you connected to yourself? Are you connected to your family? Are you connected to your partner? Are you connected with your siblings, children? Are you connected with your friends? Are you connected with your neighbors? Closer to more distance, but the connection, these connections are absolutely important to cultivate joy and not to be affected by depression. So yeah, I can clearly see uh, when people come to teaching in the retreats, I can clearly see different people. Some people their heart is very open. They are full of devotion. There is sense of deep trust there, and they exercise that in connection to the teacher in the sangha, and it's wonderful to see that somebody has those quality. On the other hand, sometimes I see people who are totally self-centered. I'm not saying judging in a negative way, but that's what the fact situation is, which is okay, and they have to recognize that. But I see very much self-focus, and very little connection to other than that pain and their identity, even though they are strong enough to be there, but that not strong enough to really open up and connect, which sometimes within 4 or 5 days, people change. I see that. So there is this deep sense of seeking connection, able to seek connection. And of course, in the society nowadays, sometimes so many people, like you have thousands of friends in Facebook, social media, but how many of them are really your friends? That's a good question, right? And all of us, we do need to define a few friends, few good friends, and few sometime a family and good friends are not necessarily always easy to find, because sometimes happens that whatever reason your family members are far away, your siblings are far away, your parents are far away, and sometimes close friends, you say my best friend, my close friend, they're also for job reason, relationship reason, they are far away. And sometimes good, for lucky ones, they're close. But if even they're far away, you always find some friends. And it requires effort in the beginning, openness, opening yourself up, opening communication, open sharing, open frequency, seeing the commonalities, similar interests, every now and then able to express your, personal stories, like you just able to tell those stories or able to listen to those stories somebody's telling you, you become closer, basically, and you cultivate those friendship. And you every time you they are joy, personally, I go to the cafe, I meet the same person, I develop that friendship relationship. You see the person's face, he's happy to see you, happy to offer you, happy to see your needs, and you build this relationship. You're trying to be kind, you're trying to be generous, tip, Christmas, and whatever different holiday occasions, you're trying to give some gifts, build some relationship. So what I'm trying to say here is we lack connection to who we are, connection to who we are not, connection to the enlightened beings, connection to the spirits, connection to the nature, connection to yourself, your body, connection to your feelings, connection to your thoughts, connection to your uh, families, friends, and all those things. A lack of that connection, I think, it's causing it's the primary causes of deep inside what depression is. I think that's what is causing it. Then other things from the perspective of the Dharma and teaching on Dzogchen, other thing that I feel that I'm not typically repeat the things what you see, in clinical depressions, and people talk about these things. I wanted to trying to bring a different perspective of the depression and how to work with it. So there's also sense that in the society generally, uh, too much information is out there, too much distractions out there, too much stimulation is out there, too much offer is out there, and too much news is there, too much expectations out there, too many stories, social media stories out there, too many negative news is out there, hopeless news is out there. So if you I think one thing is important is just to really, really, really protect yourself from all these things. For example, I often say that, just you are complete, you are full, you are good, you are beautiful, you are worthy. You might experience the opposite sometime when you're disconnected to who you are. It's normal. But why sometimes we feel too much of that is because of the society. If you go to change your car, oil in your car, you wait in the lobby there, and you look at the magazine, and then what it's trying to tell you, you're driving the wrong car. You should be getting better car, more fancier car. You should buy this, you should buy that. All the things maybe you need, maybe you don't need. Most of the time you don't need it. It's basically trying to tell you you have the wrong car. And of course, sometimes we don't buy that. I mean, when I go there, I don't care. And of course, sometimes I might enjoy it. Oh, that's nice. But I will not allow to feel I'm missing something. I'm not missing. I'm happy with whatever I have. Or you go in, another magazine places and look at the real estate house, or something. It tells you you're in the wrong neighborhood. You're in a wrong house. If you look at people's magazine, then maybe you feel that, I don't know. Basically, every single magazine that you look is trying to tell you you're missing something. Whole social media, every time you click something, it's trying to tell you you're missing something. I think the difference is between trying to learn to get more information about things. It's okay, I clearly feel my being in the West, having access to informations, having access to these information definitely helped me to better choices of food, better choice, motivating to do the exercise. In terms of my physical, mental health, definitely many of these information help. Versus if I was just staying continuously in the monastery, it might be different biological age. So getting some good information is one thing, but this bombarded with you are wrong, you're not good enough, you need to change this, you are missing something, you're missing something, you're missing something, and feeling missing something. Like the whole idea of, the Instagram and teenage, especially girls, affecting their mental, psychological, the big cases, right, in stories. So somehow the society is going to change like that. Somehow we all need to learn to protect ourselves from these things. Get what you need, stay out of it. So in some sense, I think what I'm trying to say here is just being aware of it. You're not missing anything. You're complete. You're full. You're worthy. That's who you are. So let's focus on that a little bit here, the sense of embracing the depression, that what I'm feeling right now, low energy, down, less motivated, sad, whatever different degree of feelings that you are experiencing, just be aware of that. Number one, I needed to be aware of that. I need to connect that. And there's nothing wrong in that. And being aware of it, embracing it, staying connected with it, it's my access to my joy. And when you feel that pain with that attitude, you feel the joy. You feel that joy from this connection to who you are not. You feel the joy of who you are by connecting to those feelings. And feel the joy, feel the joy, feel this joy in your heart as much as possible. And gradually allow this joy to expand from your heart to every single cell throughout your body, throughout in all organs. every cell, every part of your body. You're feeling joy in that experiences of depression. There is a joy in it. There is a joy in the connection with it. There is a joy with that connection. That connection matters. Just feel that for a moment. So then the other thing is, I think the ways of cultivate this joy, a way to boost this joy, is feeling meaningful in life, feeling worthy, self-worthy. Who I am, it's complete. Who I am, we say Dzogchen, great perfection, completeness. Who I am, it's full. Who I am, it's good enough. Who I am, it's worthy. And what I'm feeling now is low energy. I have lost the connection to who I am. But what I'm feeling now, I need to do equally connect with that feeling, which means not judging it, not suppressing it, not minimizing it, not changing the direction. This is what I'm feeling is also dynamic energy. Moment I look at something wrong with it, that is error, it says. That is error. So am I, and even very subconsciously, am I rejecting it, or I am staying connected with it? Very subconsciously, am I rejecting it? Am I seeing something wrong with it? Am I disconnected with it? Yes, you can see that. Yes, maybe I am. So I wanted to stay connected with it. By recognizing I am disconnected with who I am not and my feelings, now I am more connected with what I am feeling. I'm feeling down. I'm feeling low energy. I'm feeling sad. Yeah, so basically going back, we are talking about the connection. The primary, I'm repeating this again, the primary cause of depression is one single word: disconnection, loss of connection. And two laws of connection: one, with who you are, your true self. Second, loss of connection to who you are not. The who you are not, and what depression is, experiences of loss of connection to who you are and experiences of who you are not, but still requires full attention and full connection. So we lose the second connection too. So the most of us the case here is to more really learn to connect with who you are not and what you're identifying with. I think that's the key here. Because if you cannot connect with, so if you cannot fully embrace your depression, you're not going to overcome depression. Everything, medicine and every other tools that we have is just a temporary thing. It's not going to finally resolve the problem. In some cases, it might make it worse, conditioning. Because basically, the story is creating a suffering, the depression, and what you're trying to do is you're trying to create another story. And that story doesn't work anymore. Then you're trying to create another story or some chemical imbalances. Then that story doesn't work. Then you're creating another story. And then you have some sense of a lot of collective stories. So the source of the story, I think, so that is important. There's two primary loss of connection and need to connect. And then other things I already said, I will quickly repeat this again. It's not something that we don't understand, but I think I'm trying to categorize in a way that it's important. Number one, we talk about enlightened beings, people who have spiritual path. There's always someone, they are higher beings, angels, guardians, protectors, yidam. And then there is higher, people that you feel that who can help you. Your teachers, your therapists, your friends who are stronger than you, who are more wiser than you, that you feel they have more to give you. The ability to ask, ability to connect, ability to follow some instructions, even to the sacred symbols. Even the place you are in, you're in your office, in your bedroom. I've been looking a little bit about all the story cases of insomnia, all the problem with the sleep deprivation. Of course, there's so many studies, so many statistics, so many data, very interesting ones. But in the end, what do you do about it? There's not so much people telling about that, Then in the end, when you look from the point of the teaching, it comes down to the same. There's some people kind of touching a little bit on that. They say that even your bedroom, your relationship to the bedroom, I've been talking about it a long time. I say sacred sleep, sacred temple. So people who have insomnia, the deep inside, they identify themselves, I have a problem with the sleep. That's their identity. That's the problem to start with, insomnia. And then they say, my bedroom is the way I experience the problem. That's the place where I suffer many hours in the night. Instead of thinking my bedroom is a temple. I love it. I love my bedroom. I love my beds. I feel comfortable. This is where I rest. This is where I recover. This is where I discover my energy back, and right relationship. And then you begin to change your relation to the sleep. So the same way, the depression is the same thing. Who you are, more importantly, who you are not, and the stories. And then how you get support with that, and with all the higher beings, enlightened beings, higher consciousness, sacred symbols. You maybe have a lot of smiling faces in your room, Maybe that's a nice thing to do, right? But if you're feeling down, print out a lot of smiling faces, from all the people like His Holiness Dalai Lama, many smiling faces, and all the great people that you admire, their smiling faces, the children's baby smile faces, have a bunch of smile faces. Put around, you're looking around, everyone smiling. How you cannot smile a little bit internally when you see all these smiling faces? What I'm talking, symbols, auspicious symbols, in the shrine room, the mandala, the shrine, the lamp, the incense, the water, the drum. Anything you look at, these symbols immediately trigger some kind of, a joy, a sacredness. We lack these things in rooms, in our life connections. We lack friends, as I said. Find friends. I do trying to, trying to find some good friends and trying to cultivate that and trying to spend as much as time possible, share as much as possible. It could be anywhere that you are culturally related. It could be even strangers that you feel connection, and then you cultivate something. Connecting. Because depression is the characteristic of depression is isolating yourself in being, not like necessarily, I don't mean to say introverted person. Introverted is not necessarily bad, but going inward because of depression and because of not ability to go out, it's a different story. Just happy being by yourself is a different thing. Happy being by yourself, being unhappy by yourself because not able to connect with others is a different story. Not able to connect with others, connect with the connections that I've been talking about here, that's a different story. You can connect. So you start somewhere. You start to walk in the nature every day until you begin to love it. One of the greatest gifts of pandemic is that it has given to me loving to hike. Of course, hiking is good, but then when you do it frequently, then you feel the joy. Or just joy of doing nothing, joy of being creative, joy of contemplating on some lines when I do write my daily reflections. Just joy. It's pure joy. It takes maybe an hour, sometimes 2 hours, but not one sitting, on and off throughout the day, reflecting on it. And at the end of the day, you come up with something that you are contemplating on it. It's a joy. And very often when I'm on the treadmill in the gym, and you feel a lot of energy, you're contemplating, sense of joy of being creative, embracing those joys. So finding many different moments in a life. So anyway, I think so. These are main thing. What I'm trying to say is connect, and connection is the key. And I will end with a few things here, talking about avoiding. Sometimes it's very hard to avoid, right? I mean, I get this. No matter how many times you unsubscribe things, they keep on sending. Sometimes they keep sending things which you didn't even order. It's such annoying, right? So maybe spend a day, unsubscribe. Whatever takes your energy away, and whatever is not helping you, whatever is you lose your connection to yourself more, unsubscribe. Keep on unsubscribing. Limit the news and social media, And of course, you can say, well, if you limit the news and social media, I spend quite a bit of time on that. But yes, I do. And that's exactly the way I'm reaching all of you. If I don't do that, I will not be reaching all of you. But I do not spend kind of going through social media, looking everything, reading everything. I don't do that. I'm trying to read only all the feedbacks what I'm getting here. Even not, I don't respond to everybody. So I just wanted to say that also people who write on, I ask people to give me feedback, and when people do give a lot of wonderful feedback, so I let all of you know that I do read them, but I don't respond them, and I'm sorry for that. I'm just not able to respond. But you know, I got your message, and I appreciate your feedback. But other than that, I do trying to limit the social media. So limit, trying to avoid, and particularly, as I said earlier, that everything what tells you that what is missing in your life. Okay, so let's do a little short meditation here. And I would recommend everybody to visit cybersangha.net. Cybersangha.net is where all the informations are there. So every full moon, we are practicing globally. All our community, CyberSangha community, Rinpoche community, all around the world, rotating meditation on specific meditation, like in this case, how to embrace the depression and cultivate joy. So basically, how to overcome depression with your own strength, with your own awareness, with your own joy, with the support of community, how to overcome that. So every full moon, we have that. Every month, we have a dialogue with the people who are who do research on that, who have personal experiences with that. And every month, one session I teach. Like today, it's just my personal reflection and a little thought from the point of view of the teaching. I trying to do that. So all informations are on cybersangha.net, and I would strongly recommend and to all of you. And please do, if this is valuable for you, share with other people. And I do also want to thank people who do share that with other people, and that means you trust trust me and our CyberSangha's activity, that you feel comfortable enough to share with your circle. And I really, really appreciate and thank you for that trust. And I will also, ask others that friends and families who are going through these difficult, challenging experiences, would, uh, ask to share with them. If you feel this will be helpful, please do share with them. Okay. So let's just do a short meditation before we end here. So sit comfortably. Bring your full attention to this present moment. In your place, in your body. Take deep breathing. Be aware of any effort, any pain, any sensation of depression, feeling low energy, less motivated. Be aware of them. Breathe out through your body and feel it's clear. Your body is more clear and more open. Your heart is more clear and more open. At least 5 deep, slow nostril breathing from your heart to clear it. Just feel the stillness in your body. Silence in your speech. The spaciousness in your heart. And be fully aware of your feeling. Starting with your body. Bring full, spacious, luminous, loving attention to your body and feel it. Feel it, what you're feeling as whatever you're feeling. Emotions, low energy, negative thoughts, sadness. Whatever you're feeling, be aware of it. Bring the spacious, luminous, loving attention, compassionate attention to it. So this connection of awareness in your body to your emotions. So give what I call spacious, luminous, warm hug, embracing the depression. By giving spacious, luminous, warm hug. Whatever specific feeling is a sadness, give the warm hug to that sadness. Feeling very low energy, give the spacious, luminous, warm hug to that weakness. Physical pain, lack of energy, give the spacious, warm, luminous hug to that. So whatever personal experience it, embracing fully by giving spacious, luminous, warm hug. So that is what I'm calling connection. Lack of that connection increases the negativity and depression. Connection opens the door to joy, opens the door to that dynamic energy. So stay connected with that warm hug as we listen to our Om Hum mantra, which is the space, light, awareness, and warmth. Spacious, luminous, warm. These three quality are Om Hum is this three quality. Feel the mantra is helping you to embracing it, staying connected with it. Thank you, everybody. And all your feedback is welcome. And how was the meditation? Anything you wanted to share? Most welcome. As I said, I will read through all. And any feedback is welcome. I hope meditation was helpful. And so this is just the beginning of our first month. And so I hope that all of you can engage, listen to the teaching again and again, and practice and support each other, and then join the full moon practice and visit our CyberSangha website. All the information, the other teachings, all are there. So we'll see you next time. So thank you very much. Many blessings. Much love.
Thank you for listening to the CyberSangha Podcast. If you'd like to learn more about CyberSangha, visit us online at cybersangha.net.